So, as we already said, there are quite a few challenges out there in the blockchain QA world. First one is blockchain tech itself. It's not really patchable like any other traditional software that we all know. For example, if you talk about mobile app, it's always an issue when there is a bug in production system, but it's rather easy to deliver a fix over the air, over the push notification, stuff like that. It goes over the air just like that. But what if we're talking about something a bit more bulky? For example, a fridge. Let's assume that we are developing a lineup of fridges, and there is some fundamental issue in your fridge. So what you have to do in order to fix it? You have to recall the whole lineup from every one of the end users, put it back in the factory, do a fix, and then redeliver it back to the stores and to the end users. Really an issue, and the same goes for blockchain, because every node user should agree on the same code base to run, on the same rules to follow. There is a certain lack of professional testers as well. As we all know, there were some really critical bugs in EOS core, and it's quite unbelievable actually for any software company in the world with a QA department to have production issues. We in SoftTech, we have not one, not two, but dozens of software projects running simultaneously with little to none production issues. So this certainly shows some lack of experience here. There are also no universal holistic solutions for testing frameworks, and the whole development haste and race, it doesn't really add much positive stuff to the whole situation. So really, we had to be really smart about this, and what we came up with was 3 concepts of our quality management system. First concept is deep study. Second, smart control, and community incentivization. Let's take a closer look into the first one. When we only started our work on blockchain, we established a research and development lab. And since then, we've been following quite simple yet effective workflow. We suggested a topic in the lab. We do research based on this topic, do prototypes, and present the results to the whole lab guys. Yeah? And then we analyze the results and generate the new pool of topics to research. And this loop, it goes on, and due to its simplicity and efficiency, we've been able not only to broaden our knowledge in blockchain as a whole, but to speed up to the current velocity of the blockchain community. Now our lab consists more than 20 people, and we've been able to produce and generate more than 50 prototypes, including works like tweaks on Ethereum virtual machine and Hyperledger studies and stuff like that. Another part of our deep study program is testability. What is testability? Well, you can think of it like a design tweak, something in the system that is changed in order for it to be tested simply. I think perfect example of it is a glass teapot. If we just want to see how much water is inside, in a glass teapot you can easily tell it just by looking at it, because it is by design. It's made like that, so you can easily tell how much water is inside. But if we're talking about software, it's much more complex system actually than a glass teapot, and it requires a lot more of paperwork. It requires a lot more of traceability analysis in these technical requirements. We also have dedicated QA analysts working only on the testability. We're also making sure that we are keeping both modular approach and systematic approach on the systematic level. What do we mean by that? Let's imagine we have a car engine, like on the picture. It's all for nothing if we put all the parts together and it doesn't give us functional engine. It doesn't work. So it's all for nothing. But it's also a failure if there is one single bolt inside this engine that we didn't test durability on. That material just crashes after 5 seconds on this one particular bolt. So that's what it means when we both want to be like modular, very, very small in detail, but also we want to make sure that it's all there on the systematic level, on the whole system. The second concept is smart control. We've been fortunate enough to have more than 20 years of experience in software development and software testing. And combining this experience with our researches done by our R&D guys, we've been able to really cherry pick and tailor the QA processes that are just the best fit for Color's platform. And we also have simulation labs that's able to do stress testing and load testing and scalability testing, and we all know how important it is in decentralized systems. Thanks to all this, we've been able to create a process where all the regulations are in place, where coding is done using the best code writing practices, where environment is always ready for developers and for testers. Tests are always running on these environments, and there is an analysis that is put into these results of the tests. They're analyzing the test results and tweaking the development for the better. So we're always improving the development process. Last but not least is community. Bug hunting is pretty self-explanatory. So the persona who finds an issue gets a reward. The more the severity of the issue, of the bug, the more the reward will be. This concept showed its efficiency in number of companies, for number of companies. For example, Google have been able to fix more than 1,000 of bugs using bug hunting program that Google is running. We're planning to do the same in Color. So this gives not only more clear vision of our platform by community, but the engagement and the fast reaction to the real world. We also provide, as we already said, community sandboxes to test and to play with the platform. And we also believe that platform benefits greatly if there is a way to cherry pick and highlight best solutions and ideas provided by community and implement it smartly in our platform. We believe that it will give even more engagement in our platform. So, 3 simple yet efficient concepts. Deep study, brainiac guys and analysts that are working on the system, making sure it's all there by design. Smart control, tests that it's all there in the final product and on expected level of quality. And community, where we are working together for the mutual benefit. I think thanks to all that, we can truly say that we don't just believe like in quality, like this phrase that always that you can hear probably on some QA conferences and stuff like that, but we control it and make it happen. So yeah, thank you. That's it.